Starting in the year 2035, Oregonians will no longer be allowed to purchase new gas-powered cars. The state approved a gradual ban that will see gasoline-powered cars replaced with more electric vehicles.
Fox 12's Joe Mathiathil tells us how the ban will work and what it will mean for drivers throughout the state.
These are new rules adopted by Oregon's Department of Environmental Quality, and it follows similar measures already approved in the states of Washington and California, all part of an effort to cut down on carbon emissions. So this rule requires car manufacturers to sell a specific percentage of non-gas-powered cars as part of their total sales in Oregon. So in 2026, whatever total number of cars a company sells in the state, 35% of those have to be non-gas powered. And that percentage goes up every year and gradually increases to 100% of all new car sales by 2035. Now, there is some pushback against this measure. Some point to the fact that electric vehicles generally cost more to purchase than gas-powered cars. Others say the charging infrastructure is not in place yet to keep a growing number of EVs moving on the road. However, both the state and federal government are working to open more charging stations, with about 2,000 private and public stations in Oregon right now. And even when the full ban goes into place, you'll still be able to buy new hybrid gas-electric vehicles, and the ban only applies to new gas cars. If you already own a gas-powered car, you can still drive it, and you'll still be able to buy and sell used gas cars. Reporting in studio, I'm Joe Mathiathil, Fox 12 Oregon.